So today's agenda, from studio theory to reality. So we're gonna check out Jad's posture if he still remembers what we talked about on the studio. But this time we're just gonna do road setup. So what will you do if you have to remove your aero bars and you still want to be aero? Remember the golden rule: frontal surface area is a real estate premium. So the smaller you are, the easier you can go. Okay, so hopefully you enjoy this episode. Okay, Jad? Okay.
Welcome back sa bike episodes natin, specifically road bike. And in these episodes, I focus mainly specifically sa training ko sa road bike with Coach Lee and Cruz of Cruise Control. And in today's episode, I am going to walk you through to our normal posture sessions whenever I am flying back in the Philippines. So normally these are the 1 to 2 hours posture sessions that is free. That whenever I fly back to Philippines, I will just inform Coach that I'm going to be available on this date and time, and if he's around the area, that he's going to be meeting you there. Basically, the goal of those posture sessions is mainly to revisit the studio theories and to revisit your form, your posture, and if there are any opportunities for you to go to the next level, Coach will definitely approach you and say, try this and that. Now, this video for today is not going to be another video wherein I'm going to be putting rock music while you guys are watching. Let's not do that today because we have a lot of those in YouTube. So what I'm going to be doing is I will be playing session by session, and then we'll be explaining to you what we are actually doing, so that if you are an existing CRZ student or a new student or probably a future student, you would be able to see the behind the scenes on how we actually train the basics repeatedly. Because basically this is the methodology of CRZ. We don't talk about power meters. We don't talk about technologies and gadgets and what's hot. We talk about going back to the basics. That is posture. Because if you have a comfortable posture, that CRZ cruise control is promoting, efficiency is going to be part of that. And without you even realizing that, speed is going to be part of that as well. So, without further ado, normally this sessions starts in Clark Quest. That is our headquarters. It is in the main central area of Clark. The main reason we start there is because it's less crowded, and if you are driving, you can definitely get a parking lot. And then from there, we will start to hit the road and do the initial warm-up. And across Clark or all throughout the video, you will be able to see areas in Clark such as the Clark Airport, SCTEX, or the infamous Pader, Fontana area. And these are the places that we normally go, because these areas are the ones in Clark that can offer you flats, can offer you climbs, that can offer you crosswinds, where you will be able to replicate and train. So let's go now, and I'm gonna be showing you the first part of the video, and then right after that, I will be explaining to you, or probably if coach is not doing the voiceover while he's training me, I'm gonna be doing the voiceover so that I can explain to you what we are actually doing.
Welcome to Quest. We're gonna start our morning ride with Jad. There he is.
Slide
Okay,
back
let's
on
go,
the
Jad.
saddle. Make an effort, yan. There. Okay, I'll see you, Jad. Chase for you.
Arrow. Keep on going. Airport. Biggest ring, smallest cock, arrow. Tip of the saddle. Don't tiptoe. Slide back. Good. Stretch your body, yeah? It's usually an early morning ride, so when you have fantastic roads like this, what you need to focus on is your posture. The speed just follows. There's what you call wattage, you call zone training. We have all of that, but before you jump into more advanced training programs, it would be wise for newbies to work on the most basic foundation first, like Jad. All about your posture. It will change everything. and that is sustainable. When you work on your posture, everything becomes easier, because the name of the game in endurance cycling is efficiency. Don't waste too much energy. So, with that, hopefully you join us on our next episode. Back to you, Papa Louie.
So while I'm reviewing the video, I'm actually chatting with Papa Louie because we have plans of doing an interview this 24, and we would like to share more stories about Papa Louie. So if you're a Papa Louie follower, we're gonna be doing a collaboration so that you can meet Papa Louie before his YouTube stardom and what he actually do off camera. Pero may promise tayo, hindi yun English. So tatagalogin natin para lahat makarelate. Okay, so let's proceed. The first part session is from Quest. We head down to the villages. It's a very quiet road in Clark, somewhere in the Texas Instruments, and then right after that we go straight to SCTEX all the way to Clark Airport entrance. This is the new Clark Airport in Mabalacat. This is a very long stretch. It's gonna provide you around 5 to 7 kilometers. And during this session, you will notice that coach is just going to observe how I actually ride. And then eventually, when he starts noticing that I am going back to my bad habits, such as tiptoe, which is really, really a bad habit of mine, he will definitely inform you. And then, whenever he monitors that you're not sliding back on your saddle, he will remind you. I'm not going to be explaining why we do a lot of slide back sa saddle. I'll let you observe it why. And normally, you will appreciate the slide back position when you actually undergo the CRZ biomechanic sessions. I'm not going to be sharing why, or I'm not going to promote why, kasi I'm not sure if you can do it correctly and you might get injured. So I suggest that you just observe, and then if you're really interested about the slide back position that we do, I think when you see us on the road, you can just stop us and ask us why coach is always asking you to slide back. Okay, now enough of that. The first part is more of coach asking me to slide back, controlling my tiptoe, and you will continuously hear saying, go on aero position. So during this first part, the reason why he's asking me go on aero position is because during this recording, we're actually running around 31 kilometers per hour and above. And these are long stretches. And you will also monitor or observe that my face is actually reacting as well. Not because I'm struggling. It's because those roads are actually 2 to 3 to 4% gradient. And those are nasty. And those are nasty climbs because it's continuous. And you will actually hear from the camera that there is a wind as well. So there's a lot of outdoor factors during those trainings, which is very, very okay, because these are the only chance that you can actually replicate and apply all the lessons. And from there, after the observation of coach during the first part of the session is, he will now then ask you to do the second level. So basically, he just wanted to see if you can still remember the posture. And then after that, he will be asking you for more. So basically, when he asked me to do aero position, as you can see, when I do aero position, my this part of my hand is still inclined upwards. So normally, what we would like to achieve is we would like it to as slow as possible. The reason why we do that is because during time trial events, we need to be able to keep that posture as long as we can to allow us to be more aero and to allow us to use our core. So basically, when we do that, during time trial, which is normally around 40 kilometers straight, is we don't use this part. We use our quads. So that's why we need to ensure that we use our core in order for us to be able to sustain that speed without hurting our knees. And that's the first part of the session. So let's go to the second part now, and then I will be explaining to you what coach is going to be asking me to do. Okay, let's go.
Okay, after this, we're just gonna be crossing. At the moment, we're at Clark. Lower. Arrow. Almost there. Come on. Keep on going.
That part of the session is we just completed the the road of airport, and then we then make a U-turn kasi we're not allowed to go in. And then we, after the U-turn, we go to the SCTEX entry. There's actually a U-turn slot there. So just in case you're wondering if we actually enter SCTEX, no, it's not. So there's a U-turn, and upon doing the U-turn, that's the time that we're gonna be heading back to Clark. And normally, when we head back to Clark from SCTEX entrances, that's actually the time that we are now going to focus more on the climbing position. So in that video, you will notice that coach is asking me to do the 90 degrees elbow. Because normally, if you watch the videos of coach, we actually focus more on the climbs, because this is where we can do the 90 degrees elbows and focus more on using our core to climb. The reason why we do a lot of climbing is because it helps us train our position, and if we're joining competitions such as duathlons or time trials, is normally there are climbs in this kind of competition, and we should be able to climb these bridges or these inclines as efficient as we can, so that when we reach the summit, we have enough energy to attack the descents, and that would make us more efficient and able to use our energy as smart as we can. So right after that, that is actually, if not mistaken, that's going to be like around 2, 3, or maybe 4 kilometers back to SCTEX, and then we now make a U-turn to Socobia. But this time we're not going to be climbing Socobia. So that would be the last part of the session wherein coach is going to be observing me, because the next part is he's going to be asking me to do as low as I can before we wrap up the workout.
Arrow. Slow as possible. Lower than that, brother. That's it. Extend your hand forward pa. End of the... Yan, sige pa. That's it. That's it. And then squeeze your elbows closer to your knee. There you go. Very nice, brother. Just extend those hands all the way to the end of your... So these are some of the posture workouts that we focus on when you're riding. You're not just riding. You're doing good, man. It's like you're in an aero bar. Stand up easy. Hoods. Stand up. Stay on the gutter. Sit down. Drops. Steady. Stand up. Done. Let's check your posture. Let's see if you still remember before we go out on the main highway. Right now we're just gonna do it slow. So this is your posture, exactly like that. When you're just trying to recover or you're on cruising mode, okay? The way you do it's the way you hold the hoods. Just relax your grip. And then you slide back. Yep. Very nice. Good posture. So that's your posture when you just want to recover and cruise around. Now, if you want to punch a hole through the wind, use your aero hoods as your pseudo aero bars and go as low as possible. Can you do that? And then you have to squeeze your elbows to get perfect. That's it. So you have your virtual aero bar. Very nice. The lower you bring your elbows, the more that you use your core muscles. Very nice. So if I was the wind, this is what I'm gonna see on the wind. So this is what you call frontal surface area. The more compact, the faster you go. Lower better. Good. Sometimes if you ever need just some basic foundation for cycling, especially if you're just starting out, we're always here at West and Mimosa, and we can help you out and your friends. So just like Jad, flew all the way from Singapore, got his certification. I think when he goes back to Singapore, he can do this exactly the same riding.
Okay, so let's wrap it up. The last part of the workout is we're actually heading all the way back to Quest already. And what coach is going to show you is Pader itself. So he asked me to try to approach the last part of Pader, which is the 4 and 5% gradient standing up. He just wanted to see if I can do it. Because as a newbie, I actually don't normally climb standing up. So normally I still use the core even up to until 18 or 20% gradient. But the reason why we need to practice the standing position is because during time trial or mini races, we need to be able to ensure that on the final stretch that we will be able to sprint. Because when you sprint and then climbing and standing up, you would be able to generate more power. And I'm not in that level yet, so that's gonna be part of my training to be able to do that. I know that everyone can stand up, but doing it the efficient way as possible, and the fastest way that possible is what we would like to achieve. And as we head back to Quest, Coach has shown you how our posture looks like when doing the normal cruising position or cruising mode. And then we did the 90 degrees elbow as low as possible that I can. And we also explain what the wind sees whenever you are on aero position without the aero bars. And those are the kind of sessions that we do. Specifically for me, that I am not in the Philippines and I have to do this kind of workouts the smart way as possible. So normally, I just spend like an hour or two with Coach, and then after that, I am done for the day. Normally, we do it like around 5 a.m. in the morning, so that after 1 or 2 hours, we can all go back to our normal life, because we are not professional athletes and we all need to work. So hence, that's one of the reasons why our approach is not about mileage. It's about quality. Even though it's 20, 30 to 40 kilometers, we focus more on the workouts only. And repeatedly just doing the same posture that we can. Because the more comfortable that you are with your posture, the more efficient you are. And speed will just follow. And that's it for today. Hopefully you've learned from these episodes. And next episode is the next day activity is actually a race in CLEX, and that's my first day apprenticeship, and that's my first time competing with some locals in Nueva Ecija. So we'll see you in our next episode, and thank you very much for staying. Bye.
That's a wrap. That's usually what you get when, well, after the studio theory, back to reality, Jad just started to enjoy his life today. No more tummy. Good ride. So just in case, huh?
So finally back home. So we just completed the workout today. And thank you, Kai Coach, for this lone wheel set. My daughter is actually not believing me. So part of the approach of Coach is, since I am based in Singapore, is I just inform him that I am visiting Philippines, but I don't have a box that can actually allow me to bring my wheel set. So what he is doing is, since I'm part of CRZ, is I just brought my frame, and then he just loaned me his wheel set while I am in the Philippines. So that's one of the approach that Coach Lian is doing in order for students like myself can train in the Philippines. And until now, my daughter is still not believing that I just borrowed this wheel set. Okay.